Hello and welcome to
And now we're talking.
Real Estate.
Real estate.
Real estate, woo woo. And known to go on a lot of tangents as well. So some things not real estate.
We like to keep it fresh.
Yeah, keep it fresh, keep it real. So I'm one of your hosts, Gillian Stickney.
And I'm Michelle Patterson-Nip.
And both longtime realtors that have a lot to say about
all things real estate.
And real estate adjacent. Hello.
Hey.
Welcome
to another episode of And Now We're Talking.
Real estate.
Real estate.
All right. And something's not real estate, but we'll see what Michelle has an idea for this episode, or at least to start it off. So I don't know if it's going to be real estate or not, but we'll find out here right away.
Well, there's something that I've been wanting to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wondering if I need to change one of your nicknames from...
I was all worried. Well, first of all, I was going to be like, I do. And then
I'm wondering if I need to change your nickname from Remax.
Oh, snap. To Real.
To Real.
You can call me Real Remax now.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is like some big news that...
Yeah, this is some big news in the real estate world.
Yeah.
This just came out. Our episodes have a little lag time, so never you mind that portion of it. But I would say, this just came out the beginning of this week. So I mean, do you know what's so interesting?
What?
Well, no, you know my friend Lily, who does like some work for realtors and such. She knows Gary Zimmel. Michelle's broker, my OG broker, my favorite broker. She's like, oh, might have to go back to Gary. And I said, he's going to retire too soon. Like I'm not. And she's like, I don't know, but I just, so basically Gary would be the full circle. Cause when Dave was on as a guest a few weeks ago, he had indicated that I'm always like, hey, come to my office. And then he'll come to my office and I move. So then Gary would be like the Pierce de Resistance, our original broker. I'd go back to my OG office and he would retire. So anyways, but we're getting a little off topic, but yes, you can now call me Real Remax if you like.
Real Remax. So as a Remax agent, so here's the news.
Yeah.
Here, the big news that happened on Monday was that there is this deal pending. It's not all final yet.
Mm-hmm.
That Real has acquired Remax. Remax is selling.
I'm just going to even pause you. Real is a brokerage. Some people might not even know that.
Right.
Like Century 21, Royal LePage, Real is, but it's a newer brokerage, much more virtual.
Tech heavy.
Tech forward.
Yeah.
You don't have an office. You do not have an office, people. You will have some sort of a complaint and you will talk to Robot 3.
I don't know. But there is definitely a disruptor in terms of the traditional brokerage model.
Yes. I mean, they're not the first one to be a disruptor, but they're definitely the one that has kind of gained some ground. Like they're very up and coming. Like in a way, it doesn't surprise me. Like there are some interesting agents that have moved over there. And it's kind of like, I know Michelle won't like when I say this, but it's like if agents, like if they're not, obviously Remax has that sort of name recognition, but I feel like Real is the very like, I don't know, it's like the new fresh face of real estate.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, like so much is evolving nowadays. And so it's kind of the evolution, and it's interesting, like Remax is kind of like that old school blue blood Ivy League whatever, whereas Real is kind of the young nephew that got like rich on tech, and like I mean it's like such a different world.
They have different like philosophies and different models, I guess, as to how they treat their realtors, what they offer to realtors.
Mm-hmm.
And whereas Remax and some of the older, more traditional brokerages has a very different set standard as to what they offered their
Yeah,
realtors, and they were very much about Remax is very much about the brand, and they do
very
an
much.
incredible job of
Keeping that up.
promoting their
Yeah. Yeah.
brand, and it's all about the brand, but now
Brand, community, culture.
but this has been an argument that we've always had
Okay.
about whether you need to attach yourself to a brand as a realtor. Now with social media, you know, no.
You know what?
When
God, who
you
is,
don't necessarily need the brand anymore.
like, it's,
It's about their own brand.
ah. So I was, I can't remember who I was talking to about this, but it's like, our argument about that is, of course, agents who aren't at Remax are gonna say that. Like, it, you know what? I remember who it was. It was someone in my office because I went in this week and we were talking a little bit about this merger, and it's like I need to do one more like shitty, lower cost deal a year
Yeah.
to pay for any difference, and I think I do. Because you have a desk fee like, you pay a monthly fee to your office, I pay more, so it's just the difference, like, you know what I mean? It's not the whole fee, and to me, I'm like, if I think I get one more deal, I could even say one more average deal every 2 years, and it's not even that, it's like, "Oh, these people love me, use me, they love me," then
Yeah.
they've referred me, like, it's like what that one deal turns into, it's such a exponentiating sort of process. And to me, and for me in my business and where I am, I see it. And it's just interesting because oh, I would say someone who um sort of feels the same way I do about it, it's like you don't know what you don't know, I guess. It's like you're saying there's deals you could be
I
missing
don't
and you
think I'm
don't
the
know
only
that.
one that's saying it. I think generally speaking,
Yeah, but
the
you're
world is kind of saying that.
okay, so it's so interesting too because and maybe we talked about this, but I think this is another blind spot by realtors because we are obviously so well versed in real estate, the world, the industry, how that all works. The public, you tell them Remax, they understand. Like that's the thing, and that's what I'm paying for.
But I know that the majority of the people aren't going around wanting to hire rebacks.
So yes and no. There are some people that do, but there's some people where it's that extra, like, sort of
I think,
injection into things that, like, listen, I've been literally, I mean, I've probably been, yeah, like at Remax more of my career than not at this point for
yeah.
sure. But it's like I've been at both, and it wasn't just like one office and another. It was one office Remax, another office Remax, and for me, I see the value. Like I've been on both sides of
And
the
I think
coin.
you're saying that because you're there, right? It's the
Right,
same thing that
but
you
here's the
say
thing,
about
I know both sides of it. You know just being not at Remax. That's what I'm saying. I can speak to it because I've been to both.
but I'm not the only one saying it at this point.
Okay, but we have to look. Have those agents been at Remax? That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. Like
I don't
they're
know.
speaking on something that I'm not sure. Like, because trust me, before when I was out of our first office, that was like a big plug that agents would like give, or
But
like we would
times have
hear from.
changed.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like out of our OG office, like a Mark Paris or something would be like, yeah, like we're the kind of alternative choice, or this, or people are using you because you're you, and it's like, yeah, they are, but I can tell. Okay, this is what I will say:
Mhm.
having that name behind me, I don't think has hurt me once. So there's like, and I do think, and it's just interesting. Like I remember when I switched back the second time, and I remember stopping by some client's house, and they were like, "Oh, like congratulations, da da da." Like the way the market perceives it, like the general public, sorry, I should say, perceives it. Anyway, so that's why it's like, Remax is still very, you know, top of mind. That's what sort of just your general public is really aware of. Now, yes, this isn't real estate of, you know, 20, 40 years ago. For sure, there's so many brokerages now, but at this point, I would say just in the general public, Remax still goes a long way.
Did they talk to you guys about it, like, in your brokerage at all?
Um, I know we've received some information. I haven't really been too I'm a little bit waiting to kind of get the Cole's Notes version, I think, because I just think there's, like you say, it's still sort of pending. There's just some stuff that I don't know, and I'm like, you know what? I sell houses. Um, for sure, there'll probably be some like different nuances to me. I was like, ooh, do I get lower brokerage fees?
Yeah, right.
Because I can tell
I don't
you,
know. I don't
real
know.
is real low, and Remax is like the highest.
Yeah, have you done any? Do you know
Have I
that for
done
sure?
any?
Research is
Oh,
in
well,
terms of
just
that?
again, my friend Lily, like she's a lot of agents. She works for Real. Like
Yeah,
they don't pay much, but so this is what I was talking about with her because that was my joke. I'm like, oh, do
yeah,
I get to pay less? But you pay a very low desk fee,
yeah.
um, but you have deal fees,
Well, yeah, I think, and
right?
I
Like I
haven't
don't know.
done a lot of research, but I think they do take a cut. They
Yeah.
do take a
So the thing is if you're a producing agent and doing deals, like, she's like, "Honestly, I don't know if it would be a" and that's the thing, like, that's part of why and I yeah, I don't know exactly even what the structure is at your office now, and, like, eh, I don't know, like, to me, it sort of works out where I am, but I don't yeah, that's the thing, it's like there's so much speculation, that's why I actually haven't bothered to put too much energy into
right.
it. Yeah, I just feel like
Yeah.
I don't I know that much.
Well,
That was a
aside from that,
small
I've just done a little bit of research, and apparently, like, there is a split that happens until you get to a certain point, right? It
mm.
it gets capped, and I think that's generally the same for most brokerages,
Yeah, you
right?
cap out, but I feel like
S
I think I would hit that cap,
Yeah,
and so it's like I'm paying the desk fee, I'm paying all these deal fees. It comes out to be close to what I'm paying now,
yeah.
sort of, like, eh yeah. So anyway, so but we'll see, but I also think they're also still gonna be independent to some degree. I don't know.
I don't
That's
know
the thing,
how
there's
yeah,
so much I
there's so
don't know,
much.
yeah. Yeah, I was kind of wondering, and I thought we'd at least even talk about it off air because I just don't know, like, it's so
Yeah,
new, and to be honest, like okay, like, I mean, if we haven't seen
yeah.
tons of like,
I
I have
honestly don't think that at the end of the day, it's gonna affect
no.
business for Remax
Well,
agents
and just what I'm doing.
at
Yeah, it's
all,
not
or for
gonna
any agents,
might
right?
I need to get some, like, different training on some different platforms and, like, maybe some new signage or, like, but, like, in general, like,
Yeah.
my life will go on. Like, like, 'cause when you started, were we Sutton or were we already Realty
We
Execs?
had just changed over to Realty
'Cause
Executives,
this is
yes.
not new for me to come into my
No,
office one day and be like, "Guess what? You're a different brand." That's happened to
exactly.
me at least twice now, not maybe thrice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For me, it's also about,
one
like,
time I left.
okay, what's happening in terms of real estate brokerages and how they're doing business,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That, like, kind of level of what's going on in our industry,
mhm.
what's becoming more popular. Like, we've already said how offices have been shrinking, so having all of this office space and paying all those fees for brokerages isn't necessarily an advantage anymore. A lot of realtors don't even go into their office as
Mhm.
much, right?
Yeah, and I
So
think that
I
could
think
be a bit of a shame. Like, like in a perfect world, this is such a people business, and I don't mean just your clients, like for sure your clients, your
yeah,
buyers, your sellers. That is such a part of it, and especially depending on how you do your business, yeah, the relationships are huge, but I do think yeah, like being in at the office, interacting with other agents, stuff outside of the office, or like even my office put on something to speak to our last episode about title insurance and RPRs last week.
yeah,
Like there's always different things they're putting on, and they're at like a sort of a conference room at a hotel. Like it's
yeah.
lots of like things to help. They want to see their agent succeed, but when you're just a name with kind of like a whole bunch of automated systems in place and you pay me money every month. Like they don't I would say a lot of agents or
And we don't really
offices
know
like
if
our
that's what
tradition
real is about either, right?
yeah, I can't say for certain,
Yeah,
but I do think like the kind of evolving model there is that option in some of the newer offices and I think that is the way it's going. but I was just gonna speak to, like, your office, my office, they're very similar in that respect, like, oh, I know, I mean, we pay them every month, that's their business, but I would say they actually do care about, like, us, our success, they're there to
Yeah,
support
to
us,
support.
whereas this newer, like, kinda model, maybe not so much so,
I
I don't
think
know.
I think there's some brokerages that are like that,
Mhm.
but then I think there are others that are kind of taking it to the next level and probably expanding even more in terms of how they're offering the support. Like, is it
Right.
all gonna be it doesn't necessarily need to be in a hotel conference room. It could be virtual, right?
Oh, well, and you know what? I was actually running late that morning, and I thought, "I'm just gonna check my emails one more time before I head out the door," and it's like, "Here's the Zoom link to today's meeting." I'm like, "Great, I don't have to drive for 25 minutes."
Exactly. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I was gonna already be 15 minutes late.
Right, right.
Of course, island time. So anyway, but you could go in person, and it was funny because they had the camera set up the whole time, and, like, I see people from my office mingling, having
Yeah.
muffins, like, drinking coffee, like, that's what that's about too, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I kinda
Yeah.
want to be there because, again, I have some strong opinions about the matter, which we covered in the last topic, and I just kind of felt like I was not gonna be that person on Zoom, like, asking a question, and I also had, like, a very hard out, and because they started late, it went late, I just didn't have time for it, but,
Right.
I would like to get into yeah, no, anyways, um, yeah, so it'll be interesting to see, but I feel like it's just so early in it all, but, honestly, yeah, like, I've seen different, you know, offices coming together, going apart, changing names, changing brands. Like, this isn't
Yeah.
the first time anything like this has happened, and won't be the last. And
Yeah.
so I'll just kind of roll with it. And at the end of the day, like, I'm a free agent. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
What is that? What's that hockey? Oh, you wouldn't know the hockey. It's like
Those
a three. I want to say, oh, unrestricted free agent. I'm a UFA.
yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know. Yeah.
UFA.
Yeah. So, like, yeah,
Yeah.
we can, as realtors, that's the thing.
As we all are, yep.
Yeah, like we are out of a brokerage, but we can sort of end that, I don't know,
Mhm.
business relationship and be out of another brokerage. And,
Mhm.
so yeah, so it's like, but yeah, so I guess we'll just kind of
Wait
see
and
where
see
this,
how it all
yeah,
plays out.
yeah. But I
It's
haven't
not often that real estate has a big, like
coup like that. Yeah,
yeah.
it was a bit of a day. It was a bit of a day. Like, not for me, I didn't really care, but I know that's the thing. I know there's some people who've probably gotten way into a big tizzy about this, and I'm like, "What? Huh?" Like, I am very much like, it's funny when I do sort of partake in office stuff, I'm like, "Oh, I should do this more," or whatever, but I'm very much just like a realtor. Like, I'm not, all that other stuff
Yeah.
is sort of semantics to me. But there are other agents who are much more invested in all of that, right? And
Mhm.
have big opinions about it and everything else. And I'm like, you spend your energy doing that. I'm just going to be over here selling this property. So that's,
Or riding horses or
yeah.
whatever. There's
Oh,
other
yes.
things,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That's actually it. It's like
Yeah.
I've got real estate energy, I'm spending it on my deals, and then I
Yeah.
have other energy that's going elsewhere.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, we'll wait and see what
Yeah,
happens.
like, I'm curious to see
I guess
too.
for now I'll still call you maybe I'll call you Real Max?
I know. I was wondering if they could, yeah, like, I don't love the name Real Remax. They gotta do something a little better. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't, I don't know. So, yeah, I guess we'll but you know what? Honestly, change is good. Like, I honestly, yeah, I haven't lost a wink of sleep over this. So,
Neither have I.
yeah, yeah.
It's just interesting,
Interesting. Yeah.
and I haven't had a chance to chat with you about it, so
Yeah. Well, for now, you can call me Remax Asterix. I don't know.
maybe I'll just, call you Jilly Sticks.
Yeah, let's stick with chili sticks for now. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Okay. Was there anything else we want to talk about?
Well, okay, on that subject, what what are your thoughts about realtors who jump from one brokerage to the next.
Oh my god. Well, my thought is so for the listener, like, typically, if you're an agent and you sign up in an office, you'll get, like, a couple months free. My thought is they're kind of, like, just
Really?
chasing the free months. Yeah. No, okay. Okay, but okay, so what I will say is, like, yeah, I think some agents literally, because what happens is you're technically kinda supposed to typically with your contract give notice, right? Like, what
I
you
was that never dawned on me. That would be why people
are
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 jumping
you
for
seeing
one.
a correlation now, though?
Maybe.
So, what happens is, like, we have
Man.
contracts with our office, right? Like, agreements, like, they do certain things for us, we
Yes.
would give them notice if we're gonna go somewhere else, but typically what happens to my understanding is, um, if you give notice, like, th they usually don't want you around anyways, plus you usually don't want to
Want
be
to be
around.
there. Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
kinda not getting that 3 months even though and, like, good luck collecting them that money, especially if it's from someone who's kind of doing it for financial, but, yeah,
Right.
so if you I mean, I know you've just joined a brokerage once gazillion years ago, so you don't remember, but typically when you do start as an incentive, they'll give you, like, a
Yes.
few months for free, right?
Right.
So I think if you just keep jumping from office to office so that would be my first thought, and then after that, it's like, that's actually only ever been the only thought I've had. Because there would be no I can't think of any good reason. Like, what do you think?
Well, and it's hard for me because, like you say, I've only been with the one,
Mhm.
and oh, for me, it'd be such a pain to move,
That's yes, well, it was
right?
funny because I was, like, but on that because you have all of your that's actually been that is that is a huge reason where I'm like, I just you have to change anything that you have, any promotional, any like, so signage, business
Yeah.
cards, newsletter template, whatever it is, like email signature,
Even
all
stuff we haven't even thought about.
yes, like
It's
all
like,
like there's a ton of it. And
yeah.
that's the thing. It is a kind of a pain, especially because I'm not that's not of interest to me. There's some people who'd be like, "Oh, yeah, I'll do this and I'll get it all done today." Like, I just that
Yeah.
doesn't sit well with me, and it's not something I'm interested in dealing with or handling. But there's costs associated. Like,
Mhm.
goodness, you at least need to change your graphic on your web page, and you do need to get some new business cards. But like,
Right.
do those agents even have business cards? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like,
Well, they do,
you
and
know,
it
so
probably has their, like, high school picture. They're at the Christmas party.
yes, totally, totally. Yeah, so and then maybe they just use like, some white erase or whatever. And, could you just imagine? Yeah, I could see that. So, yeah, like there's a lot of kerfuffle
Yeah.
involved with in my mind with changing brokerages and then you kind of have to like just get set up on their systems. Yeah, it's a big ordeal. So, I have no idea why I don't know why that would happen. Are you noticing that? Or are there a few repeat offenders or what's
Well, no, it's just like from time to time I just see it. It's like, "Oh, okay, they've changed brokerages.
yeah,
Interesting." Yeah.
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 Yeah, like I think like a move here and there, you see that, but there are a few frequent flyers, I think. And I
Yeah.
think I think it's the financial, like I've not put a ton of thought into it, but like when you do see kind of yeah, someone's at like, 4 brokerages in 2 years, you're kind of like, what's up? And it's
Yeah.
not that the brokerages aren't necessarily good brokerages or like I get that maybe someone it's like not the right fit or but it's like no,
Right.
no. I think it's just kind of they're not making it and they're kind of just looking for ways to kind of
And I think for the most part, most agents do stay with their brokerage for a while.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you'd
it's
have to do something pretty horrible to, like, leave a I if you're forced to leave a brokerage or,
yeah, well, if you're
I could
forced,
think
my
I could think
goodness,
of some
there's that's do you
realtors.
know what? That's a really good point. There I was thinking of it as, I'm an agent, I'm gonna switch offices, but sometimes it's not their decision.
Yeah.
That's okay, that adds an extra layer.
Layer to what we're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, oof, yeah. Because I would say, yeah, most of the time, like, yeah, I would say this could be an interest. I just wonder, like, let's say agents who have been in the business like 20 plus years, like, what's the normal turnover like? Have they been at
Yeah.
the same brokerage the whole time? Have they been out of two like how does that break down? But I would say like probably two
Sometimes you
brokerages.
have to wonder, I'm like, okay, well, why are you changing brokerages again, right? Like, I
Yeah.
don't
Well, and that, I mean, oh, it could be all sorts of salacious
only
reasons.
because like I wouldn't even dream. Just it just seemed like such a pain
Yeah, it
to have to
is.
go through that.
It is, and I'm not gonna lie, like, I like having the name behind me, but, like, I just have 0 interest in
Yeah.
changing office, 0, like, in all the, logistics of it. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Right.
So,
I don't
um
think my clients would care
mhm,
much, right?
yeah,
It'd be very much if I were to change, it would be potentially because I think that I would get be better served elsewhere,
mhm.
right?
Well, for
But
now, until Zimdog retires, that's not happening.
I think that exactly, and I have no idea when that's gonna be.
I know. I mean, that's a we talked about it. Was it this episode or last episode? I don't.
Yeah.
This episode, yeah, yeah. That'll be interesting to see. And it was just interesting that Lily was like, "Well, maybe not as soon as you think," or I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he's someone who I think needs to stay busy. Like, he's not just
Right.
gonna like wake up, hit the lazy boy, and eat Cheetos and watch like game shows all day. Like, that's
No.
like he's. I think loves the work. I don't know about that, but I think
I think he likes the people,
yes, I think
right?
he likes the people. I think there's a lot of things he
But he
gets
has
out
a
of
lot of
it.
hobbies too,
Yeah.
so,
No, no, he does stay busy that way. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, no, but if you're doing your woodwork and or whatever, you may as well like answer a call for me, like, right? Like and be
Exactly.
getting paid. I don't
You know
know.
what? That's probably what's gonna happen. He's gonna retire, and
Oh,
people are still gonna call him.
oh, I guarantee, like, I mean, it's so funny because like, my broker's number, like, when my old broker left, the new broker just has his phone, like, I'm
Right.
sure that number of Brian, my old broker, because he like, as much as Gary, that was more of a personal, like but Brian Klingspawn,
Yeah.
very highly regarded,
Yeah.
knows
He's great.
everything. Yeah, that's the
And
thing.
he
I've
did retire,
I've
right?
come from a long line of many amazing brokers.
Yes,
I
yes.
have actually, and so, and I will say, I'm pleasantly surprised with Parm. That's our new one. I think she's doing a good
Yeah.
job because that I was like, oof, these are big shoes to fill.
Yes.
Brian is like industry legend. And like, God, did he give me an answer I didn't want sometimes? Absolutely. But it was the right answer, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And yeah, no, he was great. But I guarantee getting a hold of that guy, that is like under lock and key, that number. Like, So, but I'm curious to see if he comes out of retirement.
Well, I think we just came up with a great new solution for all these retired brokers. Is like they should be like broker consultants,
Yes.
right?
Oh my God. And I call them for like,
Yeah.
okay, so I'm out of real broker, so I pay no real money. But what I need, if I only need you for half an hour a month, I'm all, yes,
Yeah.
we'll let them
Yeah.
know.
Exactly.
Look at
Exactly.
us innovating the industry.
New
Oh,
pathway succession planning.
yeah. Yeah, we did talk a bit about that. Ooh, should that segue us to like, because we were talking about teams the other day on the phone.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, and just I mean succession planning, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm at a point where I don't know my plan. It will reveal itself in time,
Mhm.
but we did talk about it and I was like, I think on some level I always knew that, which is why I'm sort of, haven't done too much about it at this point, but I think at some point just kind of like, you know, how do things look moving forward and maybe eventually one day, if I'm retired or
Mhm.
flitting about with ponies in California, like what does that look like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so we got to talking about teams.
Yeah.
So we're referring to real estate teams, so much more commonplace than again when we were younger in the industry. So,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Do you think there are less teams now?
More.
More teams.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so think. That sounded like aggressive. So
Well,
think.
no.
Think about
I
it.
mean,
No, no.
I think well, no, I think maybe more teams, but smaller teams.
No.
What? Don't you
There's
some teams back in the day that were huge.
Terry Pranich.
Yeah.
If you took Terry off the table, I think they were, like, out of our OG office, which was, like, let's say 100 agents-ish, right? We had Mark and Daryl,
Right.
and I feel like that was the only
Be a dynamic duo.
right, but they were husband-wife?
Yeah. Still counts.
No, I know, but the reason I said husband-wife, because it's like, I feel like there's a real age difference because was there not? Or am I being I just
I
remember
don't know.
I think I saw their and this is years ago, and I don't even remember their names, but I saw the picture, and I was like, "Oh, is that like a father-daughter or is that a husband and wife?" Because you do see Michelle's gonna, like, spit out her coffee.
I don't want to do a spit take, Matt. Oh my God.
Oh my God, we'd be in such trouble
my God,
because
yes.
we're not allowed beverages that aren't in spill-proof containers.
Well, that
Michelle's
doesn't say
mouth
anything.
is not
Yeah.
a spill-proof container. Anyway, so yeah, so no, but like, and those were only okay. So Mark and Daryl, the husband wife.
Remember Dedrick? Dedrick had a team.
Oh
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh my God, we're gonna need to edit this.
No, it's not that. Like, it's just like, okay, so I mean, I feel like all of anything discussed under him like needs an asterisk because it was all kind of like a house of cards anyway, right? Like he had sold some like buildings, like new sales.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I think a lot of people lost money, like it was so like what? Like I'm talking about real legitimate teams. Michelle's like, no, we're getting bad. Listen, I don't think I've said anything that's incorrect. I think I'm probably being nice.
No, but it's not quite the essence of our podcast.
I know, but you know what, you guys, you're missing out on some real good tea that Michelle and I talk about off air. Like, that is actually one of the shames of this podcast. It's like, if I could come and say what I want to say with zero repercussions, like, that's the real good stuff, guys. You're getting super edited PG. I'm trying to still keep my license.
Well, I think if we talk about it, I don't think we should be naming names.
Okay, well, you're the one who said it. Just kidding. But then I was the
Did
one.
I?
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah,
you know what? I
maybe
think
because we started with the names.
You pronounced it differently than I do, so who
Who
knows?
knows? Who knows what we're talking about?
Right? What? So anyway, yeah, that was. I don't think we can count that situation because I just would say like much of what that individual did was like not on the up and up. So I don't know
Yeah.
if all of that even counts. Like, did his team get paid? Like, anyway, yeah. So, and then it's interesting because then maybe they're involved in this like nefarious work. Because if you're like sort of under the umbrella of someone and they're
Yeah.
doing criminal activity, where does that leave you?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But you've never joined a team. I've never joined a team.
No. Do you know what I have a saying? There's two eyes in Gillian. You know, there's no I in team. And I'm like, two eyes over here, people. It's all about me. No, I haven't, you know, and it's not even joined a team. I feel like I could have made a team 10 times over in my career, but it's like, honestly, I do actually really like my job, and there is stuff that is annoying to deal with or whatever. And I don't want to, and I know a team is supposed to take away some of that for sure, but it's like ultimately you're in charge of all of them. So now I don't just have like my headaches, I have mine and everyone. And I just don't like my phone going off all the time, like point blank. And it's like, I know if you're on a team, that's maybe part of it. It's like, yeah, I got a proper 2-week vacation and like, and that's fine. But it's like when you're back in town, it is full tilt. So for me, I've never wanted to be this megala, you know, like it's just not what I'm looking for.
Right.
I would love to do some really good business, have great clients, typically sort of a nicer price point. That's the dream, and not like, and do quite well, but like the agents that have the teams that are and are making huge money, one, they like put out so much money to promote. That's the thing. Your team expects you to be like present, like you have to do it's a whole machine. It's a beast.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You have to feed the beast.
yeah, and you have to feed the beast. And I'm not interested in that. So then I think what I'm kind of wondering is, so let's say you do have a team nowadays. So, you know, let's say, what do you think the average team is? Like maybe your kind of lead agent and then a couple
Yeah.
buyer's agents and an admin?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can have like, I would say there's probably some agents who just have a buyer's agent, so maybe they don't have an admin person, but I think a
Right.
lot of ego people love having an admin person. I'm like, "What? Why am I, like, texting your, like or, like, emailing your assistant about" like, I don't know what it is, like, lawyers info or something, or I'm like, "I know you, like, you're not that busy, like, what what are you like,
Yeah.
like and there's
Yeah.
some people that I know it's like, yeah, absolutely, like, the assistant, you need it, like, it's valuable to you, like, but some people and then so it's like, so yeah, so then maybe your buyer's agents well, and that's the thing, I think, let's say you're a team leader of, like, a couple other agents, you're telling these other agents, "Well, hey, like, submit your paperwork or they'll load your like, this
Right.
assistant is gonna do a lot of these sort of menial back end things for you," right? So then you're kinda supplying them with that. I don't
Yeah.
know, like
I mean, I guess at that point, you might as well be a broker.
well, that's the thing, I'm like, I want less problems, not more, and I just with a team, I just like, that's what I kinda see, and, so you have a lot more that the beast that you're feeding, and I'm kinda like, how much more business are you doing? So, like, let's say you're a buyer's agent with 2 agents, like, the structure is different. You're gonna make more than them. I get it, but you're not doing 3 times the business I am. I just know
Yeah.
it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm kinda like, okay, maybe you on the top, you might be doing well and maybe you're doing a bit better than me, but you have all of this that you're in charge of and
Mhm.
responsible for.
Mhm.
And maybe you know what, next year you just kinda like, I am just really wanna take my foot off the gas. Well, I mean, maybe you turn it over to one of your team or I don't know, but
Yeah.
I just it's never it's never been something that I've aspired to.
Yeah.
And I will also say it's because I really like I could see myself maybe at some point partnering up with someone depending on where my life is, whatever, and but it would have to be so the right person. That is part of
Yeah.
it. Like
Yeah.
right now I have someone that I basically send you know, sign calls, inquiries from the public, that sort of thing. But they used to be at my brokerage. They're at a different brokerage now. Ironically, they're real. And so it's like, but do what you want. I like,
Right.
but here's things that you can follow up on because they're keen to do that. So that's
Yeah.
great. Then my listing's getting serviced as it should be. So that's lovely. But it's like, I don't I don't want to know anything. You don't have to follow up with me on this, like
Mhm.
nothing. If there's
Mhm.
a referral fee, great. I look forward to getting the EFT. Otherwise, and that's the thing. Otherwise, it's like, do your own thing.
Well, and I think too, maybe we think that's the natural progression of being a realtor. It's like you do your solo thing, and then in order to grow as a realtor, you get an assistant, then you get a buyer's agent. Like that should be like the natural progression. But then
Hmm.
there are some that stay solo agents and just do their own thing for
I
their whole
honestly
career.
think we have the sweet spot. Like, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
biased, and I do think there's a lot of agents that are very ego driven. And I think
Yeah.
the team, they like, to me, I love, and I know like, it doesn't go hand in hand with being a realtor. I love having a low profile.
Yeah.
I love like yeah, I wanna be as hidden away and undisturbed and as possible
As much as you yeah,
as
as
much
much
as
as
you
you
can
can be
be.
in this
Yeah,
business.
whereas other agents, no, that's not really like, they're actually the opposite. Like, I mean, they wanna look like they're doing all these things. They're
Yeah.
like, it's yeah, so that's really interesting. And then let's talk about okay, because another thing we were discussing when we were talking on the phone about this was, like, uh, the old, dissolving of a team and then building a new
Ugh,
team and,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
that's the thing.
it just seems like a can of worms that I am not. Because that's the thing, it's not like, "Oh, we're a team and we're a team for life," like, it never.
Or yeah, for me, like the personnel, like the headaches of dealing with personnel because like
Mhm.
maybe you bring somebody in and you teach them, you mentor them for a bit, and then all of
Yes.
a sudden they leave, and it's like, "Ah."
Well, and just, we talked about there was a team that had gotten together and it was kind of like two, I would say decent, pretty, like, I was a little bit, why are you teaming up maybe when they did? You think,
Right.
who I'm talking about? They're both males. I don't want to like name names.
Yeah.
Like, not
Yeah,
that
I know
there's
who you're
anything,
talking about.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
not that there's anything I don't have anything negative to say or
Wrong.
what have
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just so like, they got together, but they're not together anymore, and I
Right.
don't know what the second one agent
Right.
has done, but it looks like the first agent again, like, in
Yeah.
their social media and stuff, like, there's numerous people in this photo, and, like, what
Yeah.
are you doing? I think I not to be a jerk, I think I am doing more business than you, and I don't know what you're like,
Yeah.
how is this valuable to you?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think it's image, and I think it's, like, ego, and I think it's I don't know, I could be wrong, I could be wrong. What do you think?
Well, I mean, there's a reason why I am still like, I can't even hire an assistant because I just
There's o
like to.
there's one eye in Michelle.
There is. There
Oh,
is,
yeah.
and
There's a
I
couple E's though, right?
I
No,
know
E?
myself there well, there's an M and there's an E.
Yeah, I know, whoa, you're just really yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't wanna say it's, like, all about me, but, like, I know myself. I
Yes.
know that I would be very upset if I'm paired up with somebody and I don't necessarily feel that they're,
That
doing
the weight
their.
is distributed
Yeah,
evenly. That is the thing, like, I feel
yeah,
like I know what I bring, and I'm not trying to sound arrogant, but it's like, I think that anyone else who'd be at my capacity, they're doing the same thing as me. They're not, like, hooking up with someone like me. They're like, "I'm
right.
gonna go do this on my own."
And then I think too, it's gonna be hard to find somebody who
Is
is
so
kind
that's what
of.
I'm saying. So, I have half an eye, like, but
And sometimes when you're doing a team too, like, you wanna try and pair up with somebody who is going to make you better,
mhm.
right? So you're kind of opposites in
Yeah, you're
ways.
not looking for the same
Same person, but,
person, but
like,
you're looking for a good, I guess, fit in
mix.
terms of like, you get along, you think the same way,
Yeah.
and there are gonna be
It's like marriage.
yeah, yeah, totally, like, kind of a yin to the yang, and,
Yeah.
like, um and there are gonna be, like, another team that I'm thinking of, and maybe we spoke about this team, again, not gonna bring up names,
Yeah.
but we'll say female, and then that's probably tip you off, but it's like, I do think the roles in the team do work, like, there's definitely, like, kind of, the team leader, and then the
Right.
others, I don't know if, well, who knows, but if not every agent is gonna come out, get licensed, and be like, "I'm gonna be the next, biggest realtor in Edmonton." Like, sometimes they don't really have that, whatever that is, but they do like the business, they kinda need some help getting the business, and they're happy
Mhm.
to kind of be second in command, you know?
Right. Right.
Like, there are
Right.
there are some people, yeah, I think it can work, but, to keep that working for a long time, and, like, I don't know, I just it's interesting, and it's just kind of like an extra layer, like, I feel like career-wise, I deal with it enough already, like,
Yeah.
I don't that's not something I'm looking to take on, and I just know that that's my personality. I think there's other people, they actually really like that, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So let's hope they're
And he'll
also a
do
good
well.
agent, like, because it's like, do you just wanna be a bit like, I think some of them just wanna be a kingpin too, and just like,
Right.
and
Right.
hey, if you can get enough people, like, that's the thing, this industry, you can do it so many different
So many
ways.
different ways. Yes.
But I
Yeah.
will say, for sure, way more teams now. I
Mm.
remember talking with a girl, that I rode with, she was kinda new to our barn, and she's like, "Oh, like, whose team were you with?" And I was like, "What?" Because but that was just, she's younger, and that was her impression of real estate.
Right.
And
Hmm.
then, yeah, so, and I think she had a friend who's in real estate and is part of a team. God bless her. I think she thought I was a little younger than I was at the time. Like, this was even a
Right.
decade ago too, right? But
Right.
I'm like, no. So I do think very much, if you're newer in the industry now, I think more people go to teams.
Hmm.
I think there's way more teams, and I think they do follow a bit of a pattern now that maybe back in the day you didn't. I don't know, that's my thought.
Yeah.
I feel like I've
Only 'cause it's like, oh, yeah, no,
yeah,
no.
Michelle's saying no team.
No team, no team.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Nipster, there's an I and an E. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to make this work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
feel
that's a
like
good episode.
yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like we've again covered a lot. Yeah, we had
yeah,
a few different topics there. So, as always, thanks for tuning in, guys, and
yes.
we'll be chatting with you again soon.
See you next time.
Oh, thank you so much for listening.
Yes, you can follow us on Apple Music, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you find your podcasts.
And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.
Take care.
Bye for now.
Bye.